Welcome to the final part of the discussion of systematic theology. This is going to be a tough one for you, not for me. I've spent a good many years, about 25, studying this, and I've already came to my own conclusions. And it took me some doing, and it was hard. So Christianity is a name that man has given to their systematic theology. Jesus nor the apostles named it. In fact, if you read Acts, what you're going to find is that they called it the way, or followers of the way. More or less, they were actually referring to others who called themselves this, for the lack of not having the ability to call themselves anything else. In truth, they're almost all Jews. And so for this discussion, we're going to refer to it as the way or followers. Now, for a good long time, people referred to themselves as followers of the way, or simply called themselves Jews, as basically 99% of the followers happen to be Jewish. The early followers observed Passover, Yom Kippur, and yes, they even observed the Sabbath. Yeah, they met on Sunday, and they did call it the Lord's Day, but they honored the Sabbath for 300 and something years. As Gentiles came in, they too began observing a Jewish Passover, and indeed, they observed the Sabbath. At some point, though, Gentiles became proteges of some of the apostles. And so when the apostles began to die, or they all died, these Gentiles took the helm. Now, they were really close to the apostles, so they had a slightly different viewpoint. But nonetheless, these early apostolic fathers remained fairly true to the unnamed faith, making a few changes and installing a few man-made ideas. But by the 3rd century, or mid-3rd century, they too were dying off. Now, clearly, fully Greek philosophy-educated men took the helm. And they're referred to as the early Greek fathers. They brought with them all of their baggage, Greek philosophy, their paganistic ideologies, and maybe more importantly, their need to define, label, and understand everything. Of course, by this time, Constantine was on the scene. He made the faith legal in Rome, and he called the order of the Council of Nicaea. This is the time that what we call Christianity became a full-fledged systematic religion. So in essence, it only took the Gentiles 400 years to lay the foundation of the systematic theology. Of course, over the last 1600 years, it has underwent upgrades and mutations. Nonetheless, it, like Judaism, is a man-made construct in which man's traditions and rules, at times, a great deal at times, supplants God's no-named organic faith. And it's as simple as that. And I could spend a lot of time orating on that and proving that, but I'm not going to do that. Bottom line is this: prophets are crying in the wilderness today. There are a lot of them crying in the wilderness right now. Return to the Lord is what they're saying, just as the prophets of old did. As John and Jesus said, repent, for the kingdom of heaven is near. And then later the apostles, what did they say? Repent and be saved. God did not put man in charge. And what I mean by that is we are responsible for teaching our children, guiding our family in this faith, not pastors, teachers, rabbis, or priests. Even in today in modern Judaism, it is still the responsibility of the man or the head of the household to lead their family in their religious matters and to teach them. What we are not called to do is follow man-made rules, regulations, and traditions. Doesn't mean that we shouldn't keep up some of our traditions. No, as I said before, we should. There's some that are nice and cool and stuff like that. We just can't put them first. We are simply called to obey the Lord. Simple as that. Nothing more, nothing less. You find what you need to obey is all written in the Bible. It's not written in any books that line shelves by the millions, libraries and other places. It's just one book. It tells you everything you need to know. So, again, I want to say thank you. And I will again say, do your own due diligence. Do your own research find out for yourself. Don't simply listen to me or anybody else, or just simply don't disbelieve me. Take a look. See what you find.